Hey, Segovia, back with another video, back with another reaction. Hope everyone out there is having a good day, y'all. We got a good hour of some creepy things that's gonna make you question everything. Before we get into that, hit that thumbs up, y'all. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Really helps the channel grow and the CaveFam grow. But I ain't gonna sit here and talk your guys' ears off. Remember, entertainment purposes only. Make sure you guys go out there and do your own research. But enough of the chit chat. Let's get into the reaction. Enjoy the show.
A lot of people who come to y'all in this industry and on these internet, they tell y'all secondhand shit. Nobody never questioned the fact, and nobody even brought up the fact when I told them how they killed DMX. And when I spoke on that, I didn't get no feedback, no nothing, because I knew, and people knew the truth behind it, but they didn't let it out. Oh, DMX died of an overdose and all this stuff like that, but he didn't have to die of that overdose. He didn't have to die. They took that kid home instead of taking him straight to the hospital. Rest in peace, DMX. DMX ain't have to die. They should have rushed him straight to the hospital from the studio. He was in the studio. They took his ass home. They should have took him straight to the fucking hospital. They didn't want the fact that he died and he was using drugs in the studio because that brings up lawsuits and stuff like that to the family.
Justin Bieber's father-in-law, Stephen Baldwin, who is also an actor, has been all about exposing Hollywood recently, and he just posted this to his social media. It's about what we saw in Hollywood during Christmas this year.
Said that the devil runs Hollywood.
I did say that.
Yes. You still believe it?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Didn't we just have Christmas?
Yes.
What were the films that premiered for Christmas? Name the titles you can think of now.
Carry On.
Right.
Which had a Christmas backdrop to it.
Right.
But I can't really think of any actual Christmas films.
Nicole Kidman's film came out. Baby Girl, I think it's called.
Okay, yeah, I
not
missed
a
that
Christmas movie.
No.
It's not a Christmas movie.
No, you're not really seeing Christmas movies right now.
Not really seeing...
Yeah.
And then
There's
Nostradamus,
no Grinch,
what is that?
no,
Nostradamus, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't even say it, it's so evil.
So that movie he's talking about is a horror movie. And then Nicole Kidman's movie that just came out, I don't know how to explain it, but it's the exact opposite of a Christmas or family-friendly movie. And then you can't see on the clip, but he was showing clips of Dear Santa, which is Jack Black's movie, and it's about summoning Satan on Christmas.
China is...
He ain't lying. Like, even on Netflix, me and my lady were trying to watch some Christmas movies. Got a baby on the way. Let's watch some Christmas, something positive, right? No Christmas movies, really, on Netflix. No new ones, for sure. No section, like there's a Halloween section, Halloween horror. There is no Christmas, y'all. There usually is. So there's something fishy going on, y'all. They're out now. I've been saying it. The forces that be, they're showing themselves now.
Facing a new health crisis, a new disease outbreak.
Ain't no crisis going on over there.
Golden Globes just happened and no one is safe in front of this woman. She did this halftime report where she showed who people were mentioning in their acceptance speeches, and she put up God, and no one mentioned God halfway through the show when they're accepting their speeches, and the look on everyone's faces is just hilarious. She also called them out for Diddy after parties and stuff like that. Just check these clips out.
Cast and crew are leading the way with 11 mentions. Moms are holding strong with 3 shout-outs. God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions. And Mario Lopez, host of Access Hollywood, 1. Challengers Girl, oh my God, it was so good. I mean, that movie was more sexually charged than Diddy's credit card. I mean, seriously. Oh, no, I know, I'm sorry. I'm upset too. The after party's not going to be as good this year, but we have to move on. I know it, Stanley Tucci Freakoff just doesn't have the same ring to it, but no baby oil this year, just lots of olive oil, okay?
You don't move on because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, you know, like World War II, things that happened, you know, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery, we need to
9/11.
never forget, because past becomes prologue if you forget any race.
Says he was exiled from a land beyond the ice wall, and our realm is a prison.
It looks like they need to get a dental plan beyond the ice wall.
Good one. Good one.
Ben Franklin, they found tons of bodies in his...
Ben Franklin was a serial killer?
No, he was like doing some weird dude.
Repairs on Franklin's old London house turned up 1,200 pieces of bone from at least 15 people. Remnants of more than a dozen bodies. 6 were... Holy shit. What?
Halloween's the most dangerous season of the year for the homeless. And I'm like, well, why is that? Are they eating bad candy? What's going on here? He's like, no. They have these vans that come around and they tell the homeless they're going to take them to the shelter. They've got whole big meals set up for them and showers and they can wash their clothes and all this. And a lot of them get in the vans and go. And then they tie them up and they hold them for the 31st. And then they sacrifice them on the evening of Halloween to the devil. And it's like a perfect crime because nobody's looking for them.
Mark Zuckerberg is...
You know, being a little older, I guess I never really paid attention, but this last Halloween, maybe because I'm making a lot of these videos, I'm starting to, but just driving by, I'm like, I was telling my lady, like, it's so crazy that people just have, demons in their front yard and the devil and, all these crazy, things. It's a big thing out where I'm at. A lot of people decorate. Arizona, it kind of was, but people like everywhere here, they go crazy. We still get trick-or-treaters. In Arizona, I was talking to my family. We were lucky if we get rid of one bag. I had like 4 bags of candy gone and the sun was still up by the time everything was gone. Like, we get trick-or-treaters. I like it. It's old school. I remember I used to love trick-or-treating when I was little with my friends, but it's kind of a trip how a lot of people put, demonic things in their front yard.
He's announcing some new changes from Meta, calling the recent elections a cultural tipping point towards prioritizing free speech. So this morning, he's announcing that Meta, which of course owns Facebook and Instagram, will move away from the independent, nonpartisan fact-checking they've had in place since after the 2016 election. Instead, he says they will rely on community notes. In other words, users putting out context. This is similar to what X is doing. Zuckerberg says Meta's complex moderation system makes too many mistakes with too much censorship. Meta also plans to get rid of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender and move their content moderation team from California to Texas, among other things, all essentially loosening up the way that Facebook moderates its content. This is all happening less than 2 weeks before President-elect Trump is sworn in, and as Zuckerberg and some of these other tech titans look to be making inroads with the incoming administration. After Mr. Trump's victory in November, Zuckerberg traveled to Mar-a-Lago. His company also donated about $1 million to the Trump inaugural fund. Keep in mind the backdrop here, right? Over the next 4 years, the Trump administration will set federal policy in areas like AI and antitrust that are really important to Meta and some of these other big tech companies, too.
See, these creepy TikToks may, hopefully not, be turning into creepy reels and creepy shorts. They're getting ready for that TikTok ban, y'all. But hopefully TikTok doesn't get banned. You guys got any breaking news on TikTok if anything's happening? I haven't really heard nothing. Did Trump get that postponement he's hoping for?
I believe there was one person on the planet. I believe that. Named Adam. Now, we couldn't have been a woman, although we all come from women. It's like jive, that bullshit is, man. I didn't know. Adam. And then he said to God, I am lonely. So I said to my friend, because I couldn't say it to my mother, I said, man, how can you be lonely when ain't nobody here but him? What kind of God is this? Oh, well, let's feed into the bullshit, because my mother, I had even hinted to her, but I just said, it'd be a whooping till I got big enough where I could get her back. So now they got do it on our fingers. We couldn't make no mistake. And they had 2 children, Cain and Abel. So now there's 4 people. They said one boy killed the other one, and then so then you got 3 people. Then he went out and got him a wife. So I knew way back then that's where the word MF come from. It's him doing it to his mama, because it ain't nothing but 2 men and 1 woman. Now they're gonna put that rap on us. So you can just figure it out.
What do you say to people that say you turned your back on the culture or
exactly
black
100%? I have turned my back on the idea of victimization mentality. We are locked up. We went from 1 and 4. We went from 1 and 4 to 1 and 3, but we always pointing at the white people, but yet we want to spend all of our money on foreigners. We want to spend all our money on luxury as opposed to going and buying some land. America is for sale, and there's a lot of barren land. Disney bought a lot of it in Florida, but the culture has you focused so much on fucking somebody, bitch, and pulling up in a foreign and rapping about things that could get you locked up, and then saying you about prison reform. Like, it's, bro.
All by design, y'all.
We brainwashed out here, bro. Come on, man. This is a free man talking.
I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything.
Historical photos you have never seen before. The Statue of Liberty being displayed at the Paris World's Fair, 1878. Queen Elizabeth II in her coronation gown. 2 tourists and a local man watching the sunset on top of one of the pyramids in 1925. Remains of a 500-year-old young girl found frozen on a mountain. Criminals hiding their faces during Al Capone's trial in 1931. John Lennon signing an autograph for the man who would kill him 5 hours later. A soldier from the United States Army receives a kiss from a liberated French child in 1945. Delivery of a dinosaur to the Museum of Science in 1984. Indigenous children forced to pray in a residential school managed by the Catholic Church. Princess Diana breaks the royal rules at a school event. Freddie Mercury and his ex-wife Mary Austin. Wilt Chamberlain, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Andre the Giant in 1983. London's first black police officer. Mountain Chief translates a song into Native American Sign Language in 1970.
So they showed them a photo of an alien grey, and this shaman just went, "That's Makanwabu." These guys who were doing a podcast got these Amazonian shamans on, and they were like, you know, tribesmen from the Amazonian basin, living out in the jungle, drinking the ayahuasca, very much in communion with nature, no connection to modern society. And they asked, well, before they got the photo out, they asked them, like, do you know what an alien is? Like, what do you think about aliens? And they were like, no idea what that means. They haven't got a term for it in their language. So they showed them a photo of an alien grey, and this shaman just went, "That's Makanwabu." And they had a whole story about Makanwabu, this human that became an ant that lives underground, and it can take your soul, and you need to be a good shaman to bring that soul back. But the fact that they had this complex mythology around something, they didn't know the term alien. The moment they saw the archetypical grey, they were like, that is Makanwabu. That's something we have.
I found out that it was literally, he changed his medication within days of this event.
Well, we have a twist in the Cybertruck Green Beret in the source. So a 180 here. We got the gravity drones and we got all these war crimes allegedly. Now we come to find out from Sam that it's a 180. He just had a mental break. Stand by.
And something shifted. So after I did the interview, a lot of people, nobody knew that I had the manifesto. I had to be very quiet for a day. So people were messaging me and they're like, have you heard of this guy? Have you seen this? Blah, blah, blah. And they didn't know I wasn't posting on it. People expect me to post on these relevant incidents like this, because just like I had posted on the New Orleans guy. So I was like being very quiet because Sean was like, dude, you haven't told anybody, any other media you have this, right? I was like, no, nobody. I wasn't going to put it out on my own social media because people would be like, dude, you made this up. I knew I couldn't handle this information on my own. So anyways, after I did the...
How do you think Sean handled it now? So Sean, again, we're going to have a 180 here. Remember the gravity drones and the war crime shit. And now it's just the guy had a mental break. And that was reporting. What were the odds of that to start with? That there was gravity drones, anti-gravity drones flying around, or the guy had a mental break? I mean, what would you call it if you had to gamble and said, what do you think happened here? Boy, oh boy, did Sean do a retraction? Hey, we made a mistake? Probably, right?
Check this out, y'all. Look at this. This is in Indiana, all right? Shout out to Brother B-Dub for making this video, okay? But this what Indiana looked like last night at 11 p.m. when the power went out. Did y'all hear what I said? The power went out in Indiana. The whole block is dark. Why does it look like daytime in Indiana?
Hey, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Well, I do know what's going on. But it is 10:54 p.m. and you can look outside. It's daytime. It's damn near daytime outside.
It's literally like dawn. It looks like the sun is about to rise. And I looked at the radar today, y'all, and do you see this? It looks like the number 7, but also a sickle. So basically, a sickle went through all these states, and now people are mysteriously or magically getting sick. Y'all see that? Y'all see that, right? And there must be some particles in the atmosphere for light to be bouncing off like this, y'all. This is crazy. Did you guys know we just had a proton storm? Did you guys know we just had a proton storm? But things are getting interesting, y'all.
PM. And you can look outside. It's daytime.
I wonder if the power is still out, y'all. Please let us know down in the comments below, y'all. Indiana, like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
You the one put the hit on your son so you and Wallow can get that $100 million. I ain't sacrificing my boy for no $100 million. I don't want that much money, no way. I don't want that much goddamn money. No way, Gilly and Wallow, where we gotta kill nephew and son. I don't know who idea was it for you to sacrifice your son.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna say that he did that, but they did sign a big contract on like Instagram Live or something. They were both crying. Like, was it tears of joy? Was it tears of, man, something's gonna come from this? But I don't know. A couple of months later, his son offed. A couple days later after that, they were at a concert.
Else the government did this past weekend. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, just passed a bill. The House of Representatives just passed a bill that gives the soldiers of the IDF, that's the Israeli Defense Force, you now have Israeli Defense Force foreign military receiving United States military benefits.
This is true.
While what he just said, what Joey just said, people here can't even afford health insurance, and now they're giving it to a foreign country, which in my opinion is a fucking enemy. They're the most disgusting, evil country on earth that has...
What party constantly reminds us of race?
The left, the Democrats.
Why?
Slavery party.
Always.
Because if you create a victimhood mentality, you need daddy to solve it. So I have to create the problem, and then I have to present you with the solution. This is often what government does. It creates the problem, and then it sells you a fake solution. And then when that solution doesn't work, they say that they need more power to get it to work. This was a good start, but we need more. We need more money. We need more power. We need more authority. We need more of your rights to be taken away in order to actualize this plan to solve the problem that we helped to create. They do that with college. They've done that with the healthcare industry, and they did that with mortgages. So it's like the government fosters the environment for it to happen, makes the problem happen, sells you the solution. The solution doesn't work. They need more power and money and authority to solve the problem that they helped create. And then they just keep perpetuating it forever. And that's how they usurp more of our power over time. And then whenever you go to criticize them, it's like, she's a woman. You can't say she's bad. She's black. You can't say she's bad. She's an Indian. You can't say that. So they give you a person that you can't criticize because of those immutable characteristics that they insulate them with. And then they can sell you a bag of and say that it's good.
I got a flight to catch. Why is this thing going in a circle?
Yeah, this made me laugh, y'all.
Look at what it's doing.
He's just going in circles in the parking lot.
Is it circling around a parking lot, right?
It's circling around.
He's on the phone overseas with Uber.
I got my seatbelt on. I can't get out the car.
Oh, man.
Is this thing hacked? What's going on? I feel like I'm in the movies. Is somebody playing a joke on me?
I understand.
Okay, sorry, it's a shitty recording.
I used to, work with Spark, and you have a headache and you're calling, you're mad because time is money with those types of jobs. Time is money, and you have to wait online, and they're always saying, I understand. That's what made me laugh when I heard that. I understand at the end. The guy
but
going in circles.
In this 1958 episode from the Western TV series Trackdown, a con man named Trump comes to town and warns the people that the world will be destroyed and that only he can save them by building a wall.
Do you guys remember Palestine, Ohio, where the train wreck happened and there's this big cloud that encompassed 3 entire states surrounding it? People were dying, animals were dying, fish were dying because the water was all polluted. It was snowing, but it wasn't real snow. Like, the snow wouldn't melt. There's thousands of videos on TikTok, which
people try to light it up.
Yeah, they would actually melt the snow in their hand with a lighter, and it would actually shrink and turn black, and it smelled like burning plastic. The rain would even look like chemicals. The rain would fall on people's cars, and there was this oil stain on people's cars from just rain. Because TikTok kept on showing up more and more thousands of these videos of people showing that their loved ones died. The government finally sent hazmat people out there for like a brief day or something, and then the hazmat people came on the news and said, yeah, there's nothing to see here. This is all just made up. Well, more people kept dying. Of course. So they sent out more hazmat people and said, okay, yes, there's some people dying out here, but there's nothing to see here, folks. It's all part of the show. It seems like it's happening again. The train was probably carrying their smart dust stuff. You know, it is weird. There was actually a movie made. It was made in Palestine, Ohio, about a train derailment and chemicals being leaked. So, yeah, I guess it was planned. It wasn't a mistake.
Dude. Like, what are the chances of that? They made a movie before, same city, same state, same scenario, and then it happens, y'all. Like, are we living in a movie?
Y'all check out this snow. So I'm walking, right, and it doesn't sound right. It sounds weird, like plasticky, okay? This snow sounds like plastic. So look at here. We're about to go see. Look, it feels like styrofoam, man. I'm about to get some of this, dude. We're going to go inside. We're going to look at it under a microscope. See, listen to it. Listen. You hear it? Look how weird that looks. Look at that. That's weird, man. I'm about to get some samples, dude. Y'all ready? Yeah, it's like little crystalline structures. Look. Look at that. Where y'all think that is right there, man? Look, it's moving. Hold on. Dude, are y'all seeing this? What is this right here? This looks like some kind of like, look at all the little bitty ones moving, dude. Hold on. I just moved it again, and what is this, dude? This looks like some kind of scales. Y'all seeing this? This is some kind of scales. I'm not kidding. Hold on. This is really hard to do, man, with this little microscope. I ain't kidding.
Shut up.
Look at that. What?
Congratulations. Thank you.
Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Do a little rant.
Thank you.
Look at how she folded up. Now imagine there was a big meeting. Her and, let's just say, somebody in the Taliban or Putin, and he refused to shake her hand. Big life and death type of situation if she was president. Look how she reacted when this guy didn't shake her hand. She didn't keep it cool, like, all right, your loss. You know what I mean? She looked at his wife like, what do I do? I feel dumb. Like, that's why we couldn't have her as a president, y'all. Look at her. Let's watch that one more time.
What?
Just look at how she reacts to that. She wasn't prepared for that. She needed to be.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Can you imagine? What would Trump do if somebody did that to him?
Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much.
Jim Goodall mentions 2025 and 1999 interview.
I had the opportunity over the years to interview, again, people who have worked at the test site at Groom Lake. One gentleman spent 12 of his 30 years in black programs at Groom Lake. When I asked him, I said, first of all, do you believe in UFOs? And he looked at me with a straight face in one-on-one. He said, absolutely, positively, they do exist. I said, can you expand upon that? And he said, no, I can't. About a year later, we were talking about, again, activities at Groom Lake. And I asked him, I said, can you really tell me what's happening out there? And he said, well, there's a lot of things that are going on there that I won't be able to tell you until the year 2025. But we have things in the Nevada desert that would make George Lucas envious. Another individual who was an NCO, an E9, which is the highest grade you can get as an enlisted man. He's a chief master sergeant in the Air Force. Was a safety specialist. He had 3 different tours of duty at Groom Lake on various programs. Now, he had no connection with my friend who worked on the other black programs. We were talking, I interviewed him at Nellis in 1985, 86 time frame. And I said, what's out there? And again, he looked me straight in the eye and he said, we have things out there that are literally out of this world. I said, explain. He said, I can't. But trust me. See, we have things that are better than Star Trek, better than anything you can see in the movie.
Having friends is really, really important. I love it when people have friends, especially people like Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, and they have friends like this guy called Edgar Bronfman Sr. This here is a picture of Hillary at Edgar Bronfman Sr.'s memorial. Edgar Bronfman Sr., he backed and funded loads of Hillary's campaigns, especially a failed campaign in 2008. And if you have a look just down here, things are starting to get interesting with Edgar Bronfman. He took lessons from Keith Raniere on leadership. Now, Keith Raniere, if you don't know who he was the leader of a company called Nexium. And these two lovely ladies here, they're Claire and Sarah Bronfman. And if you look on the chest area here of the logo, you will see that that is a Nexium logo, because these two ladies were massive funders of Keith Raniere's Nexium company. Now, we'll no doubt, more than likely, stumble back onto these two later on in this video, but for now, let's move. Now, this fella here, he's called John Podesta, and he currently works for Joe Biden. Now, in 2016 and prior to then, John Podesta worked for Hillary Clinton as a campaign leader. And this fella here, he's called Tony Podesta. He's John Podesta's brother. And he also worked for Hillary Clinton's campaigns in 2016 and prior. And as we already previously know as well, Tony is a long-time friend and supporter of Marina Abramovich and her artwork. Jay-Z performing with Marina Abramovich. Now, the pair of these two first met back in 2010, but they performed together on Jay-Z's 444 album in 2013. Obviously, the whole world knows that Jay-Z's best friend is Sean Combs, and Jay-Z's wife is Beyonce. Here comes the Bronfman family again, except it's not the women this time. This guy is called Benjamin Bronfman, and this is Solange Knowles. And look at this one. Sean Combs. Edgar Bronfman Jr. This friendship, I mean, this one speaks for itself. And so does this one too. I don't even need to say anything. So what have we learned here today by way of pictures, photographs, and just general information off the internet? Well, we've learned that these two people have some very, very interesting connections and links. Oh, and if you don't follow me yet, you flippin' should do. Come onto my page as well and click my notification bell at the top and tap all so you don't miss none of my future uploads.
What is the date? What is the date today? I completely, and Thursday. Yeah. Thursday. The 20th. I was completely wrong, wasn't I? You were. I had the dates wrong all this time. Did he come on out? He's.
Like, who are these kids? Because when I was the young one looked 8, 10. You know who Diddy was at that age. If he would have came out, I've been like, who are these kids to know who he is and get that excited?
Here, kind of when things are going on, we figured something was up. I knew there was a balcony. I told him, let's go. So we went upstairs to have better protection and just to better ourselves. And when we got out there, the scenes, unreal, movie prop type bodies, just mangled.
Is it just me? Or was that kind of a weird thing to say?
It's like, when I started Terminator, I'd essentially just ran away from home at that point. So like
at 14?
At 13.
You ran away from home and they didn't come looking for you?
Later on. I mean, it's
complicated.
It's complicated. It's really complicated. And, actually, like, I've built a wonderful relationship with my mom now, you know.
That's great.
But yeah, I mean, there were so many circumstances. There was, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there was abuse. There was like, you know, addiction in my family. There was, you know, mental illness. There was a lot. And yeah, I think you're kind of, you know, primed when that's when you're developing.
And that's all you know.
And all you know.
You're a product of your own environment.
100%.
100%.
Looks like 2012.
Jay-Z is, I believe, a billionaire who I'm sure has the high-priced lawyers, publicists, crisis management team, and I'm sure that after giving this a lot of thought, they came up with this strategy, which they think is going to help them. And I think it's a sideshow. Go after the lawyer and not the woman accusing him. Let's remember, there is a woman accusing him of having sex with her when she was alongside Sean Combs and a female celebrity. I find that detail very interesting. Who would add that in there if this was a false story? And it is not extortion to send a letter to somebody, we call it a demand letter, and say, here are allegations that my client has against you. We are going to file a lawsuit unless you would like to do a mediation and reach a settlement with us. That's what the lawyer did. That is something that I do all the time, that lawyers do all the time. Most people would prefer to have a settlement before the filing of a lawsuit, and that's why we do it. There's nothing illegal about it.
This may sound controversial, but no one is going to convince me that humans made this. This is an Apple chip under a microscope. Decide for yourself. Fallen angel technology.
That is crazy. I posted this before, and a lot of you guys say it's just a chip. Like, that's crazy. It's like cities and cities and cities and cities and cities. That looks like an airplane when you're flying. So what does that say about us? Are we living in one of those little cities and they can zoom out of us? That's crazy.
I called my lawyer and said, what's going on? He said, yeah, they want to suspend you tomorrow. I said, I need to be able to talk tomorrow. I need to be able to say something. Can't suspend me. He's like, they're suspending you tomorrow. And then from there, the shit unfolded.
I think I did call you on Saturday and said they're going to try and screw you.
I think you did. As a man who knows what it looks like when it's coming.
Sir, I couldn't resist. I said,
hey, buddy. You're fucked. Okay?
Yeah, I did say. I said they're gonna try and fuck you, and you're like, no. I've been here. I've worked for this company.
No, they love me. This is the network that raised me. No. They couldn't do that to me. I didn't do anything. I'm fine.
So my advice, I'll never forget it, was, because I still think it's good advice, march into Andy Lack's office and say, listen, bitch, can I call you bitch? You may have some thought about destroying me. And I'm father of children, so you can't do
I just
that.
didn't see it.
But if you do that, I will go on Good Morning America on Monday, and we're going to talk about your marital infidelity. Yeah. Just so you know. No, because like you're not allowed to destroy me. So like, how about don't do that?
All your sexual harassment claims from everywhere you've ever been. Right? You who would later go on to fire, Matt Lauer and claim you knew nothing.
Exactly.
And by the way, Andy's landed at PBS, apparently. He's
not
producing a new series at PBS. Fire him.
A lot of dirtiness in these televisions, y'all, in Hollywood.
And with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. We are summoning the demon. We are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out.
And a warning from Tesla Motors CEO Elon Musk. It has nothing to do with cars. Instead, Musk warns
about artificial intelligence, which he has called more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Musk spoke at a symposium at MIT.
It all actually applies to a humanoid robot. It's the same techniques. It's just a robot with arms and legs instead of a robot with wheels.
You stitch up the hole and then you just have like a little scar, and that's it.
What the f is going on with Oprah? We all can confirm this is Oprah, right? I'm not tripping. This is Oprah, right? TikTok, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm just showing Oprah. Different pictures. So I'm pretty sure we all agree, right? Before I show y'all 2 videos of Oprah, I just gotta tell y'all something. So I went to the eye doctor the other day. They checked my vision. They said I got 20/20 vision. I said, that can't be right. They said, how come? I said, because my eyes be deceiving me. With that being said, y'all check out these videos of Oprah. Okay, we see you, Oprah. Yeah, we see you. Yep, on Jimmy Kimmel, we see you.
Jimmy.
And yeah, y'all, this Oprah. TikTok, I'm just showing videos and pictures of Oprah. That's it.
Got cut off
What do
the
y'all
chrome.
think about this? What do y'all think about Oprah? Y'all let me know down below in the comments.
Have y'all seen this yet? No, these are not ants. Those are robots, nanorobots actually. They were modeled after ants and they are doing some amazing things. And now they're even being used in the medical field to help unclog arteries and much more. Check this video out, y'all.
These robots are inspired by ants and were developed by South Korean scientists. Each micro-robot is 600 micrometers tall and interacts with others using magnetic fields. The micro-robot swarm was able to unclog tubes that resembled blocked blood vessels. This technology could potentially be used to clear plaques from clogged blood vessels in medical treatments.
Pretty dope.
In this other application, the micro-robot swarm transported a chunk of the metal indium to complete or break an electrical circuit. This allowed it to turn a light on or off with precision. The micro-robots were able to assemble into a group and coordinate their movements to walk over an obstacle. By leveraging their collective strength and synchronized actions, they successfully overcame barriers, demonstrating their ability to adapt and perform tasks that require precise teamwork. The micro-robots used centrifugal force for self-throwing, propelling themselves over obstacles. A swarm of 200 micro-robots successfully separated heavy liquid metal into smaller pieces in just 5 seconds, despite its high surface tension. They then moved the pieces, joined them back together, and shaped the metal into a smooth sphere. This demonstrated their ability to handle complex tasks with precision and control. The micro-robots formed a spinning swarm on water, creating a floating raft structure that allowed them to carry a pill 2,000 times heavier than a single robot across the surface. This approach could be applied to deliver lightweight medical supplies or drugs across liquid environments in remote or constrained settings. In this example, the swarm used orbital dragging motions at 2.5 Hz to block the superworm's path and stop it from reaching the food. As soon as the swarm stopped its spinning, the worm was able to move toward the food. The micro-robots guided an ant by using a spinning motion to block its path and topple its legs without causing harm. By controlling the swarm's direction, they successfully steered the ant to a desired location. This technique could be applied in pest management or controlled behavioral studies of small organisms. The micro-robots can assemble into structured swarms or disassemble into individual units based on the strength of the magnetic field. By adjusting the magnetic field intensity, their configuration can be precisely controlled to perform tasks like transporting materials or navigating complex environments. Here we see the micro-robots using orbital dragging motion to rapidly circumvent obstacles with precise single-axis manipulation. This allows them to navigate barriers efficiently, completing the task in just 180 milliseconds.
Technology.
By the way, the Smithsonian is an extension of the Vatican. Okay? Really? I'll tell you right now. And I'm not going to tell you how I know that or, believe me. take it to the bank.
Years, Starbucks didn't publish their ingredients for their coffee drinks. It was a mystery until I convinced a barista to show me the ingredients on the back of the bottles they were using to make menu items like their famous pumpkin spice lattes. I found out here in the United States, Starbucks was coloring their PSLs with caramel coloring level 4, an ingredient made from ammonia and linked to cancer, but using beta carotene from carrots to color their drinks in the UK. After publishing an investigation and widespread media attention, Starbucks removed caramel coloring from all of their drinks in America and started publishing the ingredients for their entire menu.
Gronk, Gerard Mayo out after one season as the Patriots head coach.
I was shocked by that, and to happen that soon was a shocker to a lot of people, especially here at the desk. We were all surprised by that. I think it was unfair to Coach Gerard Mayo. I mean, he had never had the chance to develop as a head coach. He was just a rookie himself in that department. And if you judge a coach by their first year, that's really not appropriate. I mean, Jimmy Johnson, you went 1-15 your first year, and then you won a couple Super Bowls after that. I mean, he really...
Hey, we got to go to break.
Oh, no, I mean...
All right, we're going to keep talking about that. Much more in the OT later.
Do you know about alchemical sexual alchemy? Do you know that the story of Jesus, how it's been altered in certain ways? I mean, yes, there was a guy, yes, there was teachings, all that stuff. The parallel between that and alchemical sex is that there's 33 vertebrates in your spine. There's 33 years in the life of Jesus. Okay? There is a substance or liquid or a substance that comes from your medulla, which is basically completely looks like the Ark of the Covenant, has angels' wings around it, the whole thing. So this substance comes from your medulla, makes the trip down your spine to your sacrum, which is
quick, get a dictionary.
Christ coming down into human form.
Yeah.
And if you don't squander that essence, that sexual essence, it ascends again and goes back up to heaven, which is your thing. It's also the story of Santa Claus. Why he comes down the chimney is because this juice or this whatever substance actually passes what's called the claustrum, which is where they got Santa Claus. So it goes down the chimney and back up the chimney.
Why is it like this in the USA? You don't have mega-sized cereal for mega-sized people? Large corporations don't own the entire shelf? You're telling me that high fructose corn syrup and monosodium glutamate, as well as soybean oil, are not the main ingredient in all of your foods? But how art thou become super addicted and eat more? See, the problem in America is there's a ton of different options that you can choose from here, right? Pickles shouldn't have food coloring and should be in a chilled section. All of these are sugars and oils. Sugars and oils. And everything we eat is the same. Mayonnaise, soybean. You can't spell ketchup without corn syrup. Actually, high fructose corn syrup and corn syrup. But the biggest problem in the United States of America is the mix of oil, sugar, and salt. It's like this over here because we're the lab experiment. All the propaganda of us sharing one another how to make our lives better. Costs $2.47 for 2 pounds of black beans, which is going to contain one ingredient. It costs $5 for a giant bag of chips. Just kidding, $7.29 for your carbohydrates, oil, and salt. I mean, let's use Jell-O as an example of America. It's a Kraft Heinz company, so you know that has the bad stuff in it, but this is literally sugar, food starches, and food colorings. Once again, a large corporation in America, ASOFAM potassium. You know, I thought for a second that was in the zero sugar Hershey syrup. I grew up on these, and now I know why.
For somebody who won, he looks pretty upset. Something seems off there. Need a lip reader for this.
He does seem like he knows something he doesn't want to know.
So nobody's talking about
how the two Harvard students used Meta's Ray-Ban special glasses and figured out that you could dox people in seconds. When you look up, they literally went around looking at people. So they got something called iX-ray, iPIMS. It's an app, right? It's a tool extension of the glasses. So it allows you to put people's face in the frame of the glasses, and it'll instantly pull up addresses, your phone number, your name. It could even pull up where you work and what type of work you've done. And no one's talking about this. Now, I'm a gamer, but I'm not like a super gamer. You know what I'm saying? But this is Watch Dogs in the flesh. And like a few years ago, Black Mirror showed us that this was a possibility. Similar to Star Trek showing you FaceTime was going to happen before it happened. Black Mirror and Watch Dogs have now officially done the same thing.
They don't really have a clue when we start talking about how extreme these remodeling events were to the surface of the earth. This is an example of what's called an underfit river. This is the modern Snake River, and as it says here, the average annual discharge is 56,900 cubic feet per second. The highest recorded historical peak flow is 195,000 cubic feet per second. Then you had the Bonneville flood at the end of the last ice age, 40 million cubic feet per second. The river, the flow that created this large channel, was 700 times the volume of the modern Snake. Now let's suppose you have a settlement along the banks of this modern Snake, and for whatever the cause, you have a flood come through there that's hundreds of times greater. In the aftermath of that flood, what's going to be left?
Nothing.
Pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I didn't think anybody was going to remember that Naomi Campbell was a recipient of blood diamonds from a war criminal. And then upon discovering where she received the blood diamonds, which is at Nelson Mandela's birthday party, it was also surprising to know how close she was to Nelson Mandela himself. And although a lot of people know her for how successful she's become in the fashion industry, it seems as if Naomi Campbell is being more well known for her temper and the scandal she's involving herself in. And another interesting fact is that Quincy Jones was also there the night that Campbell received the blood diamonds. First, Campbell denied receiving the blood diamonds at all. Campbell denies ever flirting with the man who delivered the diamonds to her. But other attendees say that her and Taylor were flirting mildly that night. He finally decided to come clean in court and state that she did in fact receive the blood diamonds, but she thought that they were just dirty pebbles. Campbell stated the reason why she didn't come out and tell the truth from the beginning is because she was fearful of Taylor. And after doing a little bit of investigation to what Taylor was doing, I suppose you can't blame her. But it did have me wondering what a man like Taylor was doing at Nelson Mandela's birthday party in the first place. Where did the blood diamonds come from? Where did they end up? Because allegedly the charity she gave it to said, we don't know where they're at. It also seems that she stirred the pot politically in Africa as well, in which they state that she is deluded and unqualified to have such opinions on African politics. And although some of you might know her as the ex of Usher, ex of P. Diddy, ex of Liam Payne, or Robert De Niro, one of her exes that made me do a head turn was Prince Albert of Monaco. I also spotted him in a frequenters list of those who attended Nigar's K, where they said he was just as sleazy as Epstein and everything was recorded, even the royals. There was over 7,500 women and children found in his database. What's interesting spotting him in a list upon Michael Jackson, Oprah Winfrey, Prince Andrew, Sean Connery. The list is longer. And how interesting to spot a prince like this attending a party like his. Some witnesses state that there were royals and politicians that attended P. Diddy's parties, and maybe Prince Harry and Prince William aren't the only ones. Beginning to wonder if there's more that's about to be exposed about Naomi Campbell. The charity that she was working for has fired her for using funds on hotels, spas, and cigarettes, which is odd because her net worth is $80 million. Something smells fishy.
Do you guys think it's ever going to fall? This celebrity, politician, world leader, top 1% wealthy is ever going to fall and crumble and come out to us? I mean, we know, but is it ever going to reach the masses? Because the masses don't know. They still worship these people. Is that ever going to come out? Do you guys think? Do you think it'll ever get exposed? Not like little by little, like a Diddy, a Jay-Z, a Epstein, a Harvey Weinstein, here and there. Every 2, 3, 4, 5 years, something comes out, breaking news, Bill Cosby, you know, those things. Like all at once, everybody, it's out. This is what they've been doing. with young ones, old recordings. We got it all. Politicians, your favorite politician. Do you think it'll ever come out?
After watching this, is it easier to say there's a god or not a god? The person who invented the human skeleton was truly a genius. Every movement of the human body is a marvel that human science struggles to replicate. Such a precise structure. Could it be the product of evolution or a masterfully crafted design? The seamless coordination between joints and muscles allows the body to perform various movements without causing itself harm. Each bend and glide is like a flawless mechanical design. The hip joint, being a ball and socket joint, enables 360-degree rotation, granting both flexibility and stability during movement. The knee joint, on the other hand, functions as a hinge joint, allowing flexion and extension on a single plane. In the operation of joints, cartilage and synovial fluid play essential roles. Cartilage acts as a cushion, effectively protecting the bones and reducing wear.
What Prime Minister Trudeau failed to recognize was he had gone to Mar-a-Lago, and I think he sat down across the table from President-elect Donald Trump and said, you know, I don't think I'm qualified to handle this. And I think that that's why we're seeing him exit stage left.
I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister.
ABC News is reporting that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is visiting President-elect Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago right now to discuss Trump's threat of tariffs on Canadian goods.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is here at Mar-a-Lago meeting with President-elect Donald Trump tonight in an effort to ease tensions between the U.S. and Canada and work to avoid a trade war. This comes after President-elect Trump threatened 25% tariffs on all goods imported from Canada and Mexico until both countries stop what Trump claims is the flow of drugs and illegal migrants to the U.S.
Wait, so you telling me this whole time Fox Sports has been a little freak-off network? And out of all that, Joy Taylor is the reason why Shannon Sharpe got fired, and we never knew what the exact reason was. And I don't like it. But the way it all happened, like some crazy domino effect. Listen, hear me out. This is crazy. The whole Fox News is getting sued, and here it goes. Skip Bayless, seen here, wanted to sleep with this young lady, Faraji, right here, and offered her $1.5 million. And she was the one basically setting it up. But not only was Skip trying to be a perv, but the head of content, this handsome gentleman right here, Charlie Dixon, was also trying to smash. Now the hairstylist Faraji wouldn't let none of them smash. See here. So Charlie right here told Skip that Shannon smashed. That pissed Skip off. He started cussing Shannon out live on air in front of all of us. We all thought it was about Tom Brady, but it was about another Tom, a Tomcat.
That's funny.
But the crazy part is Faraji, the hairstylist, found out that Joy got her whole job because she was smashing old Charlie over here. Smashing him so much that Charlie put her on a new show with Acho, and then these two start smashing, Acho and Joy. Now let's assume Shannon might have smashed. Okay. That would mean everybody is having basically a smash fest except for these two guys, Skip and Charlie. Now when it got out of hand, the hairstylist told Joy that she didn't like all the harassment, and Joy said she needed to do it because that's how how you gonna get on top. Finally, Charlie got so fed up with it, he told Joy to think of a reason to fire her. And Joy came up with a plan. Joy said we need more black hairstylists and ended up phasing her out. And then that's when she got mad and came with this whole lawsuit talking about all the freakiness going on behind Fox Sports that's about to cause the whole shit to come down. And since Charlie never could smash and felt jealous, he felt that Shannon smashed and he might have. That's why Shannon got fired. I'm out. It's crazy.
There's your celebrities, y'all. That's how they get to the top. You gotta do something to get there. You ain't getting there off your talent and your hard work. Get to a certain point with that. But to get to the top, you don't want to see who's waiting at that top for you.
2023? Former
He's
President
got
Jimmy
horns.
Carter passes away at 98 in 2023? What in the Mandela effect is going on? This is for entertainment. We all know that he just passed away yesterday. Jimmy Carter passes away July 23rd at 99? At his home peacefully in Plains, Georgia? I'm confused. And this right behind me is actually an archive from the internet, from old internet pages. Passes away at 98. Again, we all know that he just passed away yesterday, right? Like the yesterday article says, Jimmy Carter, peacemaking president, passes away at 100. December 29th, 2024. Let me ask y'all a question real quick. Do y'all by chance remember somebody passing away? Maybe a few different times? And this actually gets kind of crazy because the frequency of our Earth is going insane. The same way in the movies that when a time portal is opened, everything looks crazy out. I wonder if there's any other changes around us that are physically visible. But I don't know. Did someone screw with the portal recently? A portal that would push a massive shift? That would maybe bring on a Class X solar flare? A lot of things to think about right here. Make sure y'all stay tuned because later I have a mind-blowing discovery to show y'all. And everything is connected.
I gotta know if there's any other cities that have this in their shopping center parking lots. Listen to this audio and let me know if Tacoma is the only city that has this in their shopping center parking lots.
For your safety, this parking lot is being recorded. Por su seguridad, este
I don't have that. You guys got that?
There are reports coming in right now in New Jersey and in New York of the water being tainted. A foul smell, a metallic smell. I don't know if you guys have been looking into this, but there's something going on with the water. Could the drones be spraying something into the water table there? I don't know. I'm asking that question. So if anyone is in New Jersey or New York, is the water, has it changed optically? Does it smell different? I got videos showing it. And how many of the drone operators are here in America right now? All with different operations. So it's not just one thing. You got to remember that. It's not just one operation. There are multiple. There could be 10, there could be 5, there could be 100, there could be 1,000 different reasons why they're up in the air. And they're causing a lot of problems with our airspace.
Do y'all see Gervonta Davis laid up there like a bad bitch?
See what I'm saying? You get to a certain level by yourself. You want to get to the top? Person sitting at that throne it has horns. Look what it's got Gervonta Davis doing. Baddest of the bad. Look at him.
It's too much for me. But honestly, y'all,
no thanks.
Pay attention. This is an ad. I know it may not seem like one, but notice how he's got the Chrome Hearts cushion and
Barbie's in the
stroller
background.
I keep trying to tell y'all, just like other people have tried to tell y'all, celebrities are puppets for corporations, okay? And they are put in front of us to advertise for the people who run this bitch. So for him to be laying up there with the Chrome Hearts and having the Chrome Heart shoulder in the back while he's displaying this new blowout, he's sending several messages, okay? He wants you to buy Chrome Hearts, but he's also showing what Chrome Hearts represents, which is feminized men. Let's talk in the comments. Y'all think I'm reaching?
What do you like? Why? I mean, that can't be his own choice. You see how he talks and how he acts? Like, that seems like the complete opposite of the persona he puts off. He's already rich. You don't need nothing. Your kids ain't gonna have to want for nothing. Like, that's either you want it all, or they got something on you on a tape or something.
About what's going on with the fentanyl crisis here inside
I believe it's CIA and a bunch of Chinese and Mexicans that are wanting to destroy our country and poison our people. They took all the real
and made a bunch of meth and fentanyl in their bathtubs, and they're poisoning everybody, destroying everybody from the inside out, making everybody be poisoned on the streets and be homeless and desperate, committing crimes. It's an internal hit upon our country. It's organized. They're messing up our country with all this fake dope, okay? And these people who are producing it, they need to be prosecuted.
Something I have wondered is why would China or Mexico or whoever's bringing over this fentanyl, why would they want to bring this fentanyl over into America?
It might be a possible tactic of war. I think it's just people wanting control of our country. The people that should have been indicted and prosecuted and sent to Gitmo already, they're still out in the streets acting like heroes. I think they're creating the chaos. They're creating all this.
Do you want to see another crazy connection? Oh, you want to see this one? It's big. Okay, so this is the Marina Ambrovich lady, and she is with this guy right here. Now that is John of God, okay? I know what you're thinking. Who's that? Why the hell does it matter? Oh, I don't know. Here's why he's important. That's Oprah interviewing him. Yeah. Yeah, guess what he did? Well, he claimed that he was like some type of a mystical healer. Well, it turned out that he was really just using his mystical powers to fondle where he shouldn't be fondling, and was caught up and is actually, I believe, doing time now, if I remember correctly. Huge, huge scandal. But there is a connection to Oprah. Funny how a lot of things that involve, I don't know, women having to do things that they don't want to, involve Oprah a lot. Is anybody noticing that? Oh, perhaps I'm just a conspiracy theorist. Perhaps you should follow me for more. Okay, so I fact-checked myself to make sure I was right, and John of God is still in prison. He got 118 years, I believe is what it said. Man, all those middle-aged women that used to watch Oprah and look up to her, oh my gosh, all I could think is like, you get PTSD, and you get PTSD, and you get PTSD. Like, oh my God.
It should be. She's got to realize, though, if it was the 90s, she would be looking up to Oprah, too, because we didn't have all this information, you know? So everybody, back then, everybody looked, all the not single moms, all the moms that, you know, daytime television that were home or whatever, they loved Oprah, y'all. They loved it because that's all we saw. We got our news from Channel 5 or 5 o'clock news and the newspaper. That's it. Now we get all our news from here. So of course no one likes her.
Illegal. Corona built a billboard with just their logo. By day, it looks harmless. Just a basic Corona beer label in its signature yellow. But then, golden hour happens. The sun hits their billboard and creates the shape of their bottle, revealing a secret message that you only see for 15 minutes a day. No screens, no tech, just sunlight.
This is Penn and Teller. And Penn and Teller are famous magicians. They've been magicians forever, and they had a show for a while that would basically, it was where other magicians had to try and do a magic trick and fool Penn and Teller, and they would catch them in, you know, their act, and they understood every trick. You could not fool these guys. They knew how you did everything, and they're just magician geniuses. Now, I want you to listen to what they say here because I think this is interesting. And this was a hot mic behind the scenes of something they were filming, but I don't think they intended this to be actually caught on camera or on mic. I'm not really sure, but check this out. And remember, you know, this is my opinion. And I don't know, this might be for entertainment. I really don't know, but like everything else, this is what they said.
Huge NASA fans, we're huge space fans, we're huge science fans. And this was a really hard one to do. We have friends who are astronauts, friends who work at NASA, and it was tough to call them on their bullshit. It was tough to call them on their bullshit.
So I'm researching the Philadelphia experiment, which is that time that supposedly the U.S. Navy teleported a ship from the Philadelphia Naval Yard down to Norfolk, Virginia, and back, and I came across something weird. And yes, I understand that in the context of what I just said, something weird, it kind of feels like a weird statement, but bear with me. So on January 1st, 1934, Nikola Tesla told a New York Times reporter that he was working on a particle beam weapon that could bring down up to 10,000 enemy aircraft at a distance of 250 miles. 6 years later, he talks to the Philadelphia Inquirer about his death ray idea and how it could be used for defense, especially in the now ongoing World War II. That's really the majority, if not the entirety, of Tesla's relevance to the Philadelphia experiment, but the weird thing I found is that when he died on January 7th, 1943, all of his documents and property were impounded by the US government. Now, of course, we all knew this, you know, there was some weirdness about Tesla and when he died and all of the things he researched and all of the things that he talked about that just kind of never came to fruition. It's unclear if he was a Leonardo da Vinci character who was just ahead of his time, or if his stuff just wouldn't have worked, but I'm not a physicist, so I don't know. The point is, the guy who was in charge, the main government official who went over Tesla's secret papers, was Dr. John G. Trump, the uncle of President Donald Trump. I swear to God, time is a flat circle.
What are you talking about?
Well, when was the last time you people took a trip?
Well, we take trips. We go up to Raleigh every now and then. And we drove up to Asheville that time, remember?
When your cousin became a Mason.
The trip off, can we? Can we be?
Well, it's entirely up to your father, dear.
Well, I suppose we could take a little of the money and take a little trip. Want to go over to Parkinson's Falls? It's nice this time of year, and Opie hadn't been there since he was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to drive up to Asheville again? See Cousin Evan Moore? He's a Grand Master now. Well, do you have any ideas?
You can now be arrested if your reposts on social media cause someone else anxiety.
What did it need to come to?
Tell us why you escalated it to this level, because I don't understand. I posted something that he posted, you come to arrest me, you don't arrest him. Why has it come to this? Why am I in cuffs? Because there's something he shared, then I shared.
Because someone has been caused, obviously, anxiety based upon your social media page. That's why you've been arrested.
So why am I in handcuffs when I reposted something on social media because someone else called the cops on having anxiety from your repost? So that's why you've been arrested. I realize that a guaranteed right to freedom of expression doesn't exist under law in the United Kingdom, but how much more of this crap are Brits actually going to put up with? Because quite literally anything on social media can cause you anxiety. Have you been on the internet lately? And that's now justification to arrest someone? For the record, we came dangerously close to this being reality in America too. But man, am I grateful do we still have the right to offend people on the internet here.
I just want to tell you that America is the greatest place on earth.
All right, family, there you have today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, be sure to hit that thumbs up, y'all. Let's get to 1,000 likes. We didn't get it the past two videos, very close, but no cigar. Third time's the charm, y'all. Hit that like, subscribe. We do daily uploads over here, try to at least. Second YouTube channel, link down below. Make sure you guys go over there and subscribe. We're less than 60 subscribers over there from being at 1,000 subscribers, y'all. When we get to that 1,000, we'll be doing a giveaway. Anyways, y'all, hope everyone out there has a good day. Hope everyone's doing okay. It's cold. It's not good weather. I can't stand the cold. I don't like wearing big jackets. I'm from Arizona. I like a nice muscle shirt and some shorts. That's what I love. I've been wearing jackets and sweats out here. I'm tired of it. Ready for the summer. But anyways, y'all, hope everyone out there has a good day. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'm gonna see you guys on tomorrow's reaction. Later.